Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Tom Spark and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a review of Cointracking.info, one of the most popular websites that can help you do your cryptocurrency taxes and kind of track and kind of look at your transactions overall in terms of your profits and gains with cryptocurrencies. Now guys, if you want to help support this video and you end up deciding that you do like Cointracking.info, feel free to click on the link in the description down below and buy Cointracking from that link. If you decide to do this, it will help support the channel, which I really appreciate because these reviews are very expensive to make. Just to review these platforms like this one, it sometimes can cost between $100 to $300 per service, and yeah. So guys, today we're going to be ranking Cointracking.info in my ranking system on vpntierlist.com, the cryptocurrency tax software review section. We're going to be rating it with things like pricing, integrations, customer support, as well as overall how well the service does in terms of reporting and providing you with information about your cryptocurrency's taxes. And guys, remember, I'm not a CPA or any licensed financial advisor or anything like that. I'm more of a software reviewer kind of guy. So if you do need help after getting your reports and stuff like that from these cryptocurrency tax platforms, I encourage you to go find a CPA or something like that to finalize your stuff. But I'm here to help you choose the best way to find a software for your cryptocurrency taxes. All right, guys, let's just go ahead and jump into the review. So guys, first up is pricing, and is Cointracking.info priced affordably? And I would say it's interestingly priced and pretty affordable as well. The way this kind of crypto tax software works is that basically you can do free model with limited transactions, but the hiccup here is that you can't really link the APIs with the exchanges. So if you do want to have the most convenient way to link your exchanges with this platform to integrate your expenses or your trades and transactions and stuff like that, you are going to have to get the Pro and Up model, because the free one is mostly just for you can kind of input stuff with CSV files and things like that, but that can be a little bit tricky sometimes, and there is definitely a limited number of transactions. So the free model is more of like a trial to get a sense of what the website's like and how it works, which is nice. Because some platforms don't really let you view the data and stuff like that until you actually pay. So this one just has a slightly different kind of way of doing it, which I don't mind. You also have other advanced tools, prioritized calculations, and priority customer support with the unlimited model. Honestly, I would kind of want this priority customer support to be available for Pro and Expert as well. I'm not really sure why they're only limiting it to this one, because this one is extremely expensive. You get the unlimited here. You have huge imports for CSVs. 50 auto imports for each coin in unlimited manual imports. So this thing is kind of interesting because this website does kind of limit you based on how much you can import your transactions with the APIs. So basically it's like maybe like once an hour or something like that for, I think, the Pro plan. And there is some limitations there. I kind of think they could maybe get away with not doing that. They're probably trying to keep the load limited. So that is something to notice here, is that there is significant differences between the different plans. That said, I think $11 per month per year, so it's around 140 or so, is a decent price for 3,500 transactions, and around $200 for 20,000 is a pretty fair deal as well. That said, like I said, I do wish the customer support, priority customer support, was for all three of these and not just the super expensive $55 a year plan, which is roughly around $600 or something like that. It seems like around $500 to $600 is kind of more standard for an unlimited plan with these cryptocurrency tax softwares, which is definitely pricey. But you know, if you're going for that plan, you probably have thousands and thousands of dollars you're working with cryptocurrency taxes. So I could see it not being the worst thing. We also have differences here in terms of lifetime and stuff like that, and different models. So if you sign up for 2 years, it's also cheaper, which is interesting. I haven't really seen this with some other cryptocurrency tax platforms, so it's nice to kind of see that as an option. Wow, $5,300. That's a little bit pricey. You better be sure you like this one before you decide to go to that plan. Next up, we can kind of talk about the user interface of the website, and this is what I think makes Cointracking.info pretty cool. Basically, it kind of functions almost like a tracker of your currencies, and also has that tax component, which is unique because a lot of the cryptocurrency taxers platforms are very limited in kind of what you can see, which does make them simple. But this one I feel like does go a mile above to kind of give you a lot of information, sometimes perhaps too much information. However, it's kind of a pro and a con in that sense. As you guys could see here, we have lots of different tabs. You have reporting, all sorts of different statistics, trade statistics, listing prices, trading fees. You have the balance. You could track your current balance, your realized and unrealized gains, trade analysis, which is like, how effective were your trades. So I think the specialty with Cointracking.info is that it does give you a lot of information that is very useful throughout the year, which a lot of them don't really provide you. A lot of the different ones don't really provide you. It's more of like the kind of thing where some of them, you download a form and then you can see the information or whatever. But the thing I like about this is that it presents the information with each different area, so you could kind of definitely keep a track on what you could be owing, as well as, how much profit you're making and stuff like that. It definitely requires a certain person to really dive into this information. It is a little bit intimidating, but I think the value is there for those who really want to dive into this platform to keep track of their cryptocurrencies. Now, if we talk about integrations, this website is definitely no slouch. As you can see here, they have so many integrations. You have CSV imports for all these different things that will let you import CSVs very easily. Not only that, but it has wallet imports, which I really like, just in case you're getting airdropped or anything like that, where you need to keep track of, income through different wallets. We also have legacy imports, automatic API imports for different wallets as well, and as well as custom exchange import down there. Now, one of the things that I don't like about this service though is that it does have stuff like Coinbase, which is cool. That said, with some of its integrations, like Coinbase example, I have had issues integrating it with Coinbase. For some reason, Coinbase, it seems to be a problem on there, some kind of bug where it won't generate the API properly, and I'm having trouble putting it in here. I did get it to work once, but I couldn't get it to work again, and there did seem to be some kind of issue. Some of the other websites just kind of let you click on something and then log into your Coinbase account and get it working that way. For some reason, this website, as far as what I can understand from using it, it seems to really want you to kind of link the API and put it in here manually, which definitely is kind of trickier to do and get working properly for some reason with specifically Coinbase. However, that said, some of the other websites that I've integrated, like Binance and some of those things, did work fine. And I do think the plethora of options to import stuff is very good. I just wish it had a more of an automatic linking of Coinbase here, just to make integrations a little bit easier. So how exactly does Cointracking.info do with its reports? I think it does a pretty good job. The reason is because it gives you so many different options. Like I said, that's really the theme of this service. Options, options, options. You have a wide variety of different methods of taxes that you could check out, and it gives you infos on each one, depending on where you are in the world or which kind of method you want to use. You could also calculate taxes and gains to know your percentages. You could do long-term or just use short-term, which I do like, because I did have that issue with some other services only showing me short-term trading windows for the forms. You also have all sorts of export data and additional options, so I think it is a really good job done here with the reporting area. Another thing that I like about Cointracking.info is that it does seem to be kind of aware of, its wide variety of options, and it provides plenty of tooltips along every step of the way, which is really, really nice. Now guys, how exactly does Cointracking.info do with this support? Well, I think it does pretty good, but live chat doesn't really seem to be around that often or around at all. In fact, it mostly seems to be a robot. That said, it does have a pretty good support documentation page with a wide variety of documentation, facts, tutorials. Having the robot there is nice to kind of talk to it. It also has, interestingly enough, crypto tax professionals and a CPA list that you could contact and get a hold of, which is pretty cool and a nice little touch just to kind of help people out if they need to find a CPA. Additionally, they also have a solution center and contact and easy to find areas to create support tickets, which is really nice because some other crypto tax websites like this, I've had issues even being able to find this section. So I think in terms of support, Cointracking does really well. The only downside is that only the most expensive accounts get priority support. So I would expect for those accounts that aren't paying as much to get less attention and slower ticket response times. So that's something definitely to think about. So guys, what about Cointracking.info's reputation? And it seems pretty good from what I could find. I couldn't really find any major issues or scandals or hacks or anything like that. The website has actually been one of the older ones, been around for quite some time, and mostly everything that I've read about it, people seem to have good experiences with it. So overall, with the reputation, I can't find much fault with it. Yet. So guys, in conclusion, what do I rate Cointracking.info? I think Cointracking.info has a very select audience, and this is a good thing. You can definitely tell the company has put a lot of thought and care into their website. I think in terms of strengths, it definitely has a good reputation. The reports are very excellent and well detailed and help you find out which kind of report you need, as well as good support documentation on the website. Tons of support there on the website. I just kind of wish it had more priority support for different models that weren't paying as much. So that's something they could definitely work on to get a perfect score in the support category. I think the things that Cointracking.info, at least in terms of how the score got a little bit lowered in some categories, like the integrations and interface, I think the integrations need some more automatic nature to them. Being able to simply log into Coinbase and connect it like some other websites would make it easier to import Coinbase transactions, although it's still something you can do putting in the API keys like that. Coinbase just had a little bit of issues like that for me for some reason. It could depend on you and how that works for you, and most of the other services work extremely well, like Binance and stuff like that. It's just definitely is a hassle going to each exchange and importing the API keys and stuff like that. It can take a while. That said, I do really like the rest of the integrations having really good support and more support for other integrations that I haven't seen in some other services, so like Ledger and stuff like that is really nice. Overall, the interface is also kind of chaotic as well. That said, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing for some people. If you're looking for a crypto tax platform to track everything and look at every aspect of your cryptocurrency transactions, this is the one to pick, no questions asked. That said, if you're just someone looking to do your cryptocurrency taxes, this could be a little bit too much information and make it more intimidating to use. I know when I first checked out the service, there definitely was a little bit of a learning curve for me trying to figure out what the hell was going on with so many different tabs and stuff like that. It kind of depends on what you're looking for, if you want just cryptocurrency tax software or something with that coin tracking element to provide you with more data, which this one definitely does. I think the price is pretty fair for what you can get, and I like how it has a free plan to let you kind of try and mess around with the website itself to familiarize yourself with it. The only con I really have here is that, like I said, for the support, I wish it had more priority support for more of the plans. Anyways, guys, I think Cointracking.info is an excellent service and definitely one you should check out if you really want to dive into tracking and analytics and stuff like that. And it even has good cryptocurrency tax components with accurate forms and plenty of options to play around with. If you guys want to help support honest reviews like this, check out the link in the description down below for Cointracking.info, and I'll see you in the next cryptocurrency tax review very soon.